Okay, testing again. You would see that this time around it's working. So we are going to be trying to get some new clothing patterns. I just opened up Marvelous Designer, and we're just going starting from scratch. So right now we have my model as a with the fitting suit. So that means ready to go. Toggle that off. Don't need to see it. Rotating menus. All right. So first thing I want to do is create some underwear for our model. Let's start with the block. Let's create some points. Now this stays as is. That stays there. And we create a curve here to here. So let's convert this into a curve. This is going to be where it attaches to. And let's see how this comes out. Let's copy this. Select A. Shift. Copy and Control D. Create symmetry pattern. And let's sew these two sections together. Now, most likely this is also going to be turned into a curve. So we got something like so. So this and this will get merged together. And I'm going to be making a string to go here, and it's going to go to the opposite side. Well, this gets tied up in the bottom. And it's going to be our front and back sections. Grab them all. Copy V. Put them up here. 3D window. Let's grab them and put them here in the back. And let's flip the normals. This gets placed here, and this gets placed here. Here, I wanna open up my sewing, where you are. Here we go, let me open that one up. That way we have it available, and let's sew the middle section to our middle section here. So that's sewn together. And before we seam it, I'm gonna create another piece of string that's gonna go over the two sides. Let's grab, see, and this should be fairly, yep, big. Grab that one and let's rotate it like so. So this side gets sewn to this, here to here, and then here to here. Okay, so this is going to be our middle section, and let's mirror and copy this one. Control copy, Control D. Let's place it up here. And that gets sewn. And just so we don't have a bunch of glitches, I'm gonna be stretching bottom section out quite a bit. Possibly around there. Let's do semi-simulation. Seems to be working. And okay. Doesn't seem too tight, but let's find out. Let's open up and see the strain map. Strain map says it is very tight. So we want this to be like around in orange, like not as much as green, or else it's gonna also be falling off. So let's stretch this one and grab this side, which is the back side. Can open it up a bit more. Okay, get a little bit of glitching since our triangles are a bit big. So we almost got it to around in orange feel, just a bit more. So grab those things again. Grab that. Just a tiny bit more and that should do it. Alright, so now we have this semi orange, greenish, and a little bit of red. Let me change the color of my avatar. There we go. So now we can actually see our clothing. Alright, so this part, it's a bit too big. Stop that simulation. And grab this one, shift select that one, and let's match up to start. Let's grab this two and let's decrease it. And actually, where is our seam line? Our seam line is all the way over here. We want our seam line to be more in the center. So I'm going to increase this one up more. Push our seam line close to the center. That seems about right. I'm gonna put those together. Match up to start. Well, quite out loud, this is almost the same size. So we have this going on right here. Let's increase this section so we have more V-line. And now let's decrease our little string. I'm gonna grab this one, possibly around there. Yeah, so around that size seems to be good. Do the same thing to our back. Grab this line, put it here. and match up to start. This and a size looks decent, and this goes from here. Let's increase that one. So we got something like so. So here we have some basic panties. And I'm gonna save this template, as I yet don't have anything for this model yet. That will be transferable for the other models. So let me grab this here and let's put this one so they all match up. Let's call this garment panties main. Let's add panties string. Okay, let's grab our string, those two, and let's put those two string. That way we can just change the color of this one, and we have that going on. And then we can just create some patterns within this one and have some, let's kind of probably make this one a bit bigger. So grab that one, grab, don't add a new one, so grab it. God damn it. Ugh. Hit it when I didn't do what I wanted to do. A bit more on the back. There we go. We can also add a little curve here where we're at it. There we go. Here, any fixing that we need to do? Maybe just a tiny little curve. And possibly make this smaller. And sometimes the reason why it's glitching like this is because the two faces are overlapping with each other. So one way to try and fix that is our collisions. I'll go with 0.5. See, yeah, that kind of stopped it. Up to a point. Increase the particle distance here to probably 5. As long as the model doesn't move, particle distance of 5 seems to be working pretty well. But that's not going to be the case, so it's like it's going to be like this most of the time. What we can do is pin it to the model. That's how it is right now. And that should fix any of our glitching problems. I'll increase it to particle distance of 10. Yeah, particle distance of 10 still looks good. That can probably stay at 20. And this, you'll definitely want to have a bigger particle size. Now here, let me save this as a template. Let's say save as garment. And let's add in the folder. All right, so that it's been saved. And go here to our garments. And we have this saved up. All right, so we have a little template. Let's make a type of a bra now. Grab those, put it down here. So there's different ways you can make a top. We're gonna be able to make a couple of sections of it. So let's see, start with a square here. Set material. That white. Select this and like so. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna start with the basic triangle at the beginning, and then we'll end up shaping it into place. So for that, I want some extra points here and here. So that's going to be a string across the middle, and it's going to be a screen that's going to go to the top, and this one's going to go all the way to the opposite side. So it's the create that one. And just make it around 5. So that one to that one. Let's symmetrize this one. Copy the over here. And to this. So those two are now hooked up. Create another one. This to this. Select this one, copy the, and that's hooked up to that one. I also want to make this one around so now this one's give me 5 as well. So now they're generally the same size. Same with this one. And be doing the same thing to this one around 5-ish. So let me pin those two into place. These two into place. And now we can simulate it. And I want this one to be sewn to that one. But I want it to be back here. Alright, so they're pretty darn close now to each other. Now I should be able to, let's see if I can get the right size there to there. Alt pin. And it will see. That's what I was afraid of. Alright, let's keep that pin still there. Put it back. Alright, so this one's like super red, and that's roughly around the same size as it's going to be staying. So what we want to do now is increase the size until we get something like around an orangey look. Still fairly red. move that up. A bit more. And there we go, we're getting some green on it. With that we can get rid of this pin and it should stay. I'm gonna leave it there for now. Now I want this side to be hooked up to the back. So for this, I'm just gonna copy this one. It's gonna be roughly around the same size. Control copy, Control V, place it here. Probably flip it. So this end to that end. And it's currently pinned there. That works perfectly. Let's grab this one. Okay, so right now it's a bit too big. So let's decrease that size. So that looks better. So now I'm gonna symmetrize it. Grab it, copy, and put it over here. Put it somewhere around there. And now we can sew these two together, which is right there to right there. Now we can get rid of these pins. And we have that pretty loose. So let's keep on decreasing our size. I'm going to do it from this side now. Okay, so our center part is too big. We need to pull some more. Alright, so this is nice and tight, maybe a bit too much. This can now get unpinned. And now that's super loose. Let's decrease that size. So roughly around there. So we unpin this ones. Okay, we want that one to be shorter. And we also want this ones to be smaller so we can pull some more. Okay, still too loose. Alright, so now this size seems to be about the right size. So we can loosen that little section up. So then there we go, we got some orange thing going down. Now, if you want it to be this small, then we are gonna have to place some pins on our animation. That way so they won't move, and most likely you wanna pretty much put him in general place and then just tag them to your avatar. Alright, so let me save this little template. Let me grab tag, where's the pins? Right here. This is the one we want. And let's get pin box. So instead of trying to grab the right location, I'm just gonna pick this one up to that point and this one up to that point. And now I can press W and probably just put it in the same spot on both ends. So I want that one there and roughly around that one there. Grab that one, right click on it, and you can pin to avatar, and that'll stick it, and pin to avatar, and that'll stick it into place. Now, the reason why we're getting some glitch here is because, as you can see, our wireframe is bigger than the model. So you don't want that, then you want to decrease your particle distance to around here. Okay, and since we updated our mesh, our little pins got shrunk down. That's why we see this bunching look. So we can still do the same. Let's go and so attach all those. And it didn't work. Okay, why are you? Oh, okay. So if you select multiple ones, they work as one. I did not know. So let's get rid of those. And let's select one by one then. One there and one there. So right here, let's pin to avatar. And we have this simple bikini type outfit now. All right, so let's add new material. Let's call this one bra strings. Then I'm going to select all string types. And then we have that one selected. This I'm going to save this template as save this garment. Okay, so that is being saved. Now we have our little template, so we can start from here. Okay, so now let's turn this one into an actual bra like. So now we want to cover more of the material. Let's grab this and let's pretty much stretch it out. This is also going to be pretty darn small, as I'm going to be increasing this one as well. And let's get rid of these pins. And we also want to decrease both sides. Okay. So here we're going to end up making a curve to there. We also want to increase the size. So let's add a point here, point there. Let's decrease the top section so it gets pulled up. It needs to be shorter. Okay. And actually, let's increase this size. So select that one, shift select that one, and match up to start. Let's grab this whole section and let's bring it down. And let's do the same over here. Grab that, match up to start. Grab those two and pretty much we have this going on. Increase this size more. Now, if you want some really frills looking like this, then you can leave it as is. But for the most part, you wanna have some less material. You can do that two ways. One will be create a little curve. So we reduce the material here. Or most likely we're gonna end up making a dart. So we can create a, yeah, probably one there, which is there. Right click and create a dart. And here we go. So we want this one to be close to the center of the nipple, so close to there. And that creates this cinch. All right. And that might be enough. But we have more material here, so we can get rid of that as well by moving this little section that way. And that creates more pinch. And with this, we have something resembling like a probably like a sports bra. So let's move this closer to this side by just grabbing this and just pushing it inward. So now we have more of a triangle shape. And you can either make this curve bigger, or you can lift it up on the opposite side by going like this. And now you can cover more of the breast this way. But here, if you want to do this, you're gonna end up with extra material. There's gonna be flapping. And for this to get fixed, you need to add another dart. So we get rid of this flappiness. Like, grab this and create a dart, so roughly around there. Let's move this one over here, so higher. So with that, we got rid of that extra material, and we can kind of gauge where we have more loose. So we have more loose material down here. So that cinches it up. And it kind of depends on kind of the details you want to get. If you're going to be a pretty close-up item, then you really don't want to have these sharp darts. You're going to have to end up with the curved little section, because we have this little thing going on. But if it's going to be like from a pretty decent distance, your animations, then you can get away with these little details not being perfect. So let's see. Should we be adding? Yeah, let me bring this section up. And grab this point. Probably want something like so. Probably don't need that one. Also, no. Most likely, you want something like this. And that one can go away. And this one can turn into a curve. And instead of going that way, we want to go inward. Seems kind of reasonable. Okay, so pretty much you will want this to be connected. That way your pointy tip of your cloth will be right at the nipple section. So let me bring this one down just a bit and this one up just a bit. So now I know that my nipple is going to be right there. And here I have some loose material. Let's fix that. And just by looking at it, this will be around a kind of reddish orange. So here we have nice good mesh. Here's a bit tight, so we can increase this size just a bit. And for the most part, it's already like around orange. Yeah, so that section is good. Only here the very tip is where we have a little bit of problems. And back here, we can increase this one more. So there we go. Let's add a bit of more material. And let me add a little curve. And curve here. Now this looks more like a straight line. And actually, this little section we can increase. Let's grab that and just follow the line up. Bit more. Yeah, it looks about right. So here we have a bra. Too much material there. Close that up a bit. Alright, so let's save this as a bra section. And I don't want to save the bottom. So I grab that, delete it. Grab this, turn that off. And then save this garment as. And save. So we have here, garment. And this is the one we're going to be using for this animation. So we're going to make it better. Let's add the panties back. Okay, so we have those two. Grab those, go to the side. And let me save this project. All right. So we have this save. Let's see for our reference. Going to be creating a let's see, should I make it Let's start with the skirt first. Let's just make it a really frilly skirt this time. So start with this. Shifting. Yep. No buttons. Copy to that. Okay, where's the hell is this one at? Oh, I hit everything. Okay, so one thing, since we have already undergarments, this is going to be on top. So in order to avoid any glitches, I am going to put the next layer to be pretty much obvious. I'm gonna go with layer 10. And then I go layer 20 and so far for the next one over. That if I have something to add to these ones, I can just keep adding two layers up to layer 20. Like in between. That way I don't get confused. So grab this, control copy, grab that one, grab that in the back, and let's flip. And let's do segment sewing. And we have those two sewn both sides. And let's see. How tight is that? Very tight. This one here, this one here. Now it's too loose. Really? I get flipped all the way through. Okay, to grab that. So we got that little section, that section, so over here. Select that one. And come on, turn that off. So once again, double click it, and I want to move it that direction. And we fix the little glitch. So put that there. Now here, I'm just gonna copy this ones and sew them on top, and that's gonna be my dress pattern. Control copy, Control V, put them right here. So this one to that one, and that one to that one. This one, so I can now start pulling down. Actually, let me unsew the middle section. And so. Edit sign. So let's have it sew right here. So this, I want it more into the back. Grab this, and this one, and this one. Match up to start. Select all of those. A bit more to the back. There we go. So right around the middle, and not quite because this was not at center. So right here, that opens up there. So let me select these two sides, Control copy and Control V. Let's put it here. Okay, so now I'm gonna create a little collar. Copy, Control you together. Segment sewing. Alright, this color seems to be way too big. See strain map. And that's also pretty well in the green. Let's grab this, select that one, and is it to 15-ish. Alright, so it's roughly around the middle. And here we have some greenish look to it. Alright, so now I will now create a cloth from here. It's going to be attaching to this part down here. Let's move those up. And let's create probably something around that size. So I'm going to sew this to there. I might as well already symmetrize it. Now, to connect this to here, and match up to start. And we want those to match up. Here, let's move those up. Let's see if I pull this one down, pretty strainy. Let's grab those, push those down. Yeah, might give me enough room. Sew those together. Now let me move those to layer 10. It's going to start conflicting. And same with this ones. So I've got placed. Yes, 10, layer 10, layer 10. All right, so pretty much I want something to go around the center of the bus, and that's about it. So that means this side of the material, it's super loose, so that needs to decrease by quite a lot. And the center one needs to be increased by quite a lot. So let's do this in sections. Let's increase this one. So it gives a nice little section. Now let's decrease this one. And let's add a dart right here. So it's going to be around here. It's going to be pretty darn big one. Okay, so that one increased. Now I need to add a curve here so it can go around the bus. So first of all, let me select this one. I'm going to add a point here. I don't really want that one to increase much. Probably a point here as well. Now I can add a curve right here. So I want this to go down. I need to move that one in. Add a curve here. Okay, that looks better. This needs to be pushed back. Where the hell they went off to? Okay, so here. Okay, so this I like better. Let me decrease this little section. More. Okay, so that curve looks better. I need a bit more. Okay, good. Where the bus is there, so it needs to go around there. Probably a bit more. Alright, so that looks about right, but got a feeling that doing it this way might not really work. This probably just gonna flop open like right away. So can add a little string right here in the middle so we can kind of close it. Yeah, let's add that. Convert that into a curve. And let's make this one five. Grab a free sewing. Let's try this. So this to this. Let's get rid of this, guys. Yeah, actually that works much better. Now I don't need this to be so much. Okay, now cross down here. Alright, that works better. Increase the size. Yeah, that looks better. So the curve inwards. There we go. Okay, let's save as. And let's see, should I make that into a frill? Okay, let's see. Journal. Pop you out. Okay, so with this, I have this to this. So basic skirt there. Same thing to you. Go from the middle. Twist you open. And sew you together. Now let's cut you. So cut and sew. So we got 2 extra sections here. Let me do sew these 2 sections together. Same thing here. Snap it there, snap it there. Cut and sew. Now let's do another slash and spread. Move this one further. Here to about center. And let's almost make a full circle this time around. Okay, that might actually give us exactly what we want. Here to here. Come on, let's stick. Okay, now to do the same thing to the front. Graph view, graph view. Okay, we got those set. And one last one here. Come on, unstuck yourself. Alright, so that might be the collision. It's pretty high. Change that to 5. Let's change all this to 0.5. Okay, we got something like a tutu. Alright, so I'm just gonna add materials and I'm gonna test this as an animation, see how it'll look. But you just need to remember to increase the particle distance of the skirt so it's not as blocky as it is currently. Let's see, let's add material. Let's add, for now, let's make it dark purple. So that. And there, trim that off. Select those. And add another material. Just probably make that is black. that. So make the same color as the belt. And this too. Let's go to the top. Good color placeholder, as all the colors are going to be, and material is going to be set in the blender. Grab that one and like the skirt, not too hot about the top. Might end up with something else later on. Alright, save this as a new garment, and then I'll call this the video. Garment. Okay, so there's that one. We have the other one we just used, and one we made that we haven't used yet. I'll be using this one today. Okay, and with this, I'm going to be calling it. This file is now being saved. And we are good.